At Metro PCS, we let the numbers do the talking. 4. Enjoy a reliable 4G LTE network that's faster than Sprint. 2. Get 2 free smartphones when you switch to Metro PCS. 99. The percentage of people in the U.S. covered by Metro PCS. Get 2 free Samsung Galaxy J3 Prime smartphones when you switch. Metro PCS. Wireless. Figured out. Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included in phone price. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network are active on Metro PCS in past 90 days. Coverage claim based on talk text coverage. Speed claim from downloads. See store for details, terms, and conditions.
I got that nerd rage. Nerd rage. I got that nerd rage. Nerd rage. Nerd
Hello, nerders.
We are here on Black Friday. First of all, wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
It was all wonderful for everybody.
And here we are with episode number 10. We have hit double digits.
We've made double digits. Now, before we get into any of the nerd news and any of the main topics tonight, we, of course, have our sponsors. Nerd Herders Radio is brought to you by Dream Elite Entertainment, as well as
Muscle Maker Grill out of Lodi, New Jersey.
And Bob Glasser Slingshot Windshield Repairs in Rochelle Park, New Jersey. Having windshield cracks and damages? Call up Bob at 201-390-5926 and tell him David Potter sent you for the best deal possible.
And by Rise Combat Sports out of Tucson, Arizona, led by head trainer, UFC fighter, and Dream Elite client Chris Kamikaze Carriasso.
And Limo Cuisine, 35 of Bergen County's finest restaurants that didn't have delivery is now changed thanks to limoscuisine.com and Dream Elite Entertainment. When you type in the promo code LIMODE on the website, you will save 50% off all delivery fees. Go to limocuisine.com for more information.
By Body Incorporated, Body Art Studio, located in Nyack, New York. Call 845-512-8711 or visit them on the web at www.bodyinccorporated.com. That's Inc. with a K.
And our new one, Full Auto Airsoft, located at 203 Kinderkermack Road in Emerson, New Jersey. It's your one-stop shop for all your airsoft needs. For more information, go to www.faairsoft.com.
That's right, folks. Okay. We have a caller hold for a little bit, just while we go through our usual shtick and intros and everything like that. We are here with episode 10. Can you guys believe it's been 10 weeks?
No, I can't.
As always in the house is Chris Spike Torres, the cameraman. Say what's up, Chris.
Hello, everybody.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, before we get into our main topic, which seems to be the hot topic, is 80s wrestling.
Yes, that is going to be the main topic of conversation. However, right now we do have our, usual little nerd news. Now, there was not a lot of news going on in the nerd world this week because it was Thanksgiving. But there are some, slight things that we do need to talk about. First one being the big Star Wars fan rumor that I've been reading all about on Twitter.
And Disney rears its ugly head.
Yes, they are. Rumor has it from avid fans of Star Wars fan communities that ever since Disney now owns LucasArts, which hasn't been that long, mind you, Disney has begun yanking all fan-made Star Wars videos and T-shirts. Meanwhile, when Lucas owned everything, he encouraged it.
He had contact.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, there's this one group. They're called the 501st Legion.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually really worried about being disbanded due to Disney. Now, the 501st Legion, they're an international fan-based organization dedicated to making and wearing very, very accurate replicas of, stormtrooper armor or Imperial officer uniforms, villains, and, the big badge from the Star Wars verse. Now, they make appearances casually or promotionally and even at charitable events at the request of LucasArts fan, department. And due to the fact that Disney's, cracking down on all this, they're actually worried about, being disbanded and, not being able to do this. I'm not sure if they get paid or not. I think they just do it for the love of Star Wars.
Exactly.
And, Disney's kind of, putting the kibosh on anything.
No, which is kind of ridiculous. It's since day one, I've cracked a lot of jokes on George Lucas and everything like that. And as a nerd, justifiably so. But the one thing George Lucas has never denied, without even saying it, is the fan base is the Star Wars legacy. The Star Wars legacy is the fans. The fans is what makes it so big. Without them, there is no Star Wars. There's none of it. So without them, like, what are you going to do? It's not just the movies. It's not just the action figures. It's not the video games. It's the people behind it. It's the fans that have kept this alive and growing so strong.
Totally agree. Now, what else? Biggest thing going around on YouTube. It's gone viral.
Yeah.
It's officially gone viral. There is a YouTube video called Gotham High.
Oh, my God. It's hilarious.
It was posted, actually, last Saturday, and in the matter of 2 days, it had, like,
400,000 hits.
Now, it was very cleverly done where someone took a bunch of random high school movies.
Popular ones.
Very popular high school movies, and they had the narration talking about them as if these are the villains and heroes of Gotham City.
Yeah, it was hilarious. So well done because it was what was the movie Heath Slater was in? I can't remember.
10 Things I Hate About You.
10 Things I Hate About You, and of course, obviously, he's the quote-unquote Joker. Yeah. And there was no special effects or anything. It was just edited and re-narrated. It was so cleverly done. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Gotham High, you got to really check it. We're going to take our first caller. There we go. And 917, you're on the phone with Nerd Herders. What's your name and where are you calling from? 917?
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, I'm on the air.
Yes, you are.
Oh, hi. This is Robert.
Robert Lottie?
Yes.
Hey, how are you?
Doing pretty good.
Thanks for being a first-time caller.
Yeah. Probably had to check to see what this was all about.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you got us on a special night, which is our 80s wrestling night. As we know, we do everything nerd-tastic and geek-tastic purposely on the 80s because, the 80s was a very popular time for our genre. Wrestling wasn't quite mainstream yet. It wasn't uber cool, and there was a lot of things they got away with, so henceforth, tonight's episode is all about that. And obviously, that's what you were calling in about.
Oh, yes.
So, with tonight's question of the night, what is your favorite 80s wrestling moment?
Well, there were many favorite moments back in the 80s, and that's when most of us discovered the wonderful world of it. My favorite moment was the time where Ravishing Rick Rude ended up trying to pick up Cheryl Roberts.
Oh, that was I remember seeing that one on TV. That was such a great clip.
Yeah, that was great. It triggered off quite a feud.
Oh, yeah. I remember Jake comes in, makes the save, chases Rude into the ring, and pulls his trunks down. And then it continued to do so for weeks and weeks on end, and all you saw was this big black spot over where it was. And I can't picture today's wrestling doing anything as risque as that.
Really? Can't?
Well, not to that extent.
Really?
Well, maybe.
Ed and Lita had a live sex show. Really?
This is very true. I don't know, but just I don't know. Just for me, Robert, I don't know if it would be as exciting. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. It would be exciting now.
Exactly. Well, Robert, thank you very much for calling in, being a first-time caller, and please stick with the Nerd Herders. Hopefully you enjoy the show.
All righty.
Thanks a lot.
Bye, sweetie.
Yeah. Bye.
One more?
We have one more caller.
646, you're on the air with Nerd Herders. What's your name and where are you calling from?
646, you there? 646. Unfortunately, it seems we lost the connection. All right, well, before we get into our full-fledged, conversation on the big hot topic, and everybody's just chomping at the bits for it and everything.
We do have some more things to go through before we get into the main topic.
Exactly.
One of the cool things that we all heard this week is that, everybody's really excited about The Hobbit coming to theaters.
The big movie, yep.
What made it even bigger, to go see The Hobbit, you will get to see the trailers for the Wolverine movie and Man of Steel.
Okay, and normally, I wouldn't be excited about the Wolverine thing so much, but I've been checking out a lot of stuff on it. Hugh Jackman was very disappointed with the first one, as were we all. Nerd rage, much suppressed nerd rage, as we all. Yep. But Hugh Jackman is, in fact, a big fan of the series, big a fan of the character,
Yep.
and he got a lot more behind the helm on this. Actually, from what I understand, put some of his own money behind it. Hugh Jackman is, in fact, that. He is uber jacked for this one. It's ridiculous. They're going with the Japan storyline that Chris Claremont made famous many years ago in the 80s and everything. So it looks like it's going to be pretty epic.
Yeah.
And finally, the Superman trailer.
Yeah.
Hopefully won't be a teaser. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more. What's up with Superman being a fisherman? I don't know.
He's tapping into his inner Aquaman.
I guess. I guess.
All right, now we have our new weekly
Report?
segment
Yep.
and our report and review for The Walking Dead. Honorary nerd herder Spike is here with your Walking Dead review and recap. Let's go.
Take it away, Spike.
Alrighty, before I get to Sunday's episode, I want to have a little breaking news right now.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
a couple days ago, it was confirmed on comicbookmovie.com that another popular character from the comics, Tyrese, will be on the show pretty soon.
Oh.
And he has been cast by a guy named Chad Coleman.
Mm.
I don't know who he is, but apparently he was on the show called The Wire.
Okay, that's a very popular HBO show.
Yeah.
The Wire was in it.
It was HBO. Yeah, it was an
What?
HBO. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you'll expect to see Tyrese soon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now on to the show. Let's see. Well, 2 weeks ago, the character Michonne, she left Woodbury as Andrea stayed. And so in this episode, Merle and three other guys went after her. She killed two of them, and a couple of zombies came out of nowhere as she tripped and fell. And at one point, she sliced one of the zombies' stomach open, and all guts fell on top of her.
Sexy. Wow.
But then again, they kind of work for her advantage because she later discovered that if you smell like the zombies, they won't attack you.
Huh.
Yeah. And we'll get back to that a little later. Again, back to Adrian. She stayed because she felt Woodbury was safe, but it's obvious she had googly eyes for the governor. And this past Sunday, yeah, they had sex.
Oh.
Nom, nom, nom.
I don't know what it is with her. I mean, first Shane, now the governor. I guess she likes the assholes. I don't know.
Well, it's a thing. It's a girl thing.
Yeah.
Chick thing.
Yeah.
We like assholes. Well, not really, but it's the stigma lately. I've noticed around the world. Continue.
To the characters of Glenn and Maggie, they went out looking for some formula for the baby, but back to that character Merle, he bumped into them and kidnapped them, took them back to Woodbury, and then Michelle was just watching the whole thing, but we'll get back to her again a little later. On my question last week about Carol, we found out that she is alive.
Oh.
Yeah, and the character of Daryl saved her. And I'm sorry, but these two need to hook up already. Because it cared a lot about her daughter after she died, and it's like there's not something there between them. So they really should get together.
So a possible budding romance, in your opinion?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and then last week the episode ended with Rick answering the phone, which we found out that they were different voices on the other line. And they knew a lot about him until he recognized the last voice, which was his wife, Lori. And he said the other voices were other characters that are dead.
Huh.
Yep. That's,
dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, that proves Rick has seriously lost his mind.
Right at we.
Yep. And then afterwards, he went back to the group, finally held his daughter for the first time. Then the group went outside as Rick sees something from a distance. That then we reveal that it's Michonne walking towards the prison with the baby formula, and the zombies are around her, still not attacking her.
Huh. Interesting.
Yep.
Very interesting.
Well, if you walk like a duck and talk like a duck, you got to be a duck.
Yep, exactly. Quack, quack, I guess.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, yeah.
Great job, Spike. Thank you for the weekly Walking Dead report.
Thank you all.
Take this one. Hold up.
All right.
917, you're on the air with Nerd Herders. What's your name? Where you calling from?
917? 917. It doesn't appear we have him on the line. All right, 917. Sorry. Okay, so.
Okay. Well, before we do get into our topic at hand, we do have just, I want to give
we gotta get a little warm up.
A little warm up, a quick little plug for our people that plug us.
Of course.
So, to anybody that is listening to this that wants to listen to wrestling podcasts, Dream Elite offers the open mic wrestling night Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. at this same web channel that you're listening to. So if you want some wrestling radio shows, you can go there. Tuesday nights, 8 p.m., Open Mic Wrestling Night. You can also go to iTunes and check out our boys at the Shining Wizards.
Exactly.
They just celebrated their 1-year anniversary. They've had on Christian York. They've had Matt Hardy.